Hey everybody, Generally Irritable here. Super excited to be talking to Christine Yeargin with what is it?
Be Their Village.
Be Their Village, like T-H-E-I-R, yes. Or T-H-E-R-E?
T-H-E-I-R.
Be Their Village. Yeah. Okay, and we were just talking about what your organization does, and it made me so excited because we talk all the time about, in the pro-life movement, about, well, if we're gonna be about life and we're gonna ask women to choose life, then we have to be there on the other side to help support them through that pregnancy. So why don't you share with our viewers what Be Their Village does for women who choose life?
Sure, absolutely. So what we do is, and it actually happened completely organically. I'm pro-life on my social media platforms and had a woman reach out to me and say, hey, I scheduled an abortion appointment. I canceled it when I saw one of your pro-life posts after praying one morning, and I just had it on my heart to see if we could bless her. And I talked to my followers and said, hey, what do you guys think about filling a baby registry for her? And we did, and it filled within 24 hours.
Wow.
And we had women who were wanting to continue to give. They were upset that they weren't able to jump on the baby registry because everything had already filled up. And so I said, well, if you guys want to keep doing this, let's do it. And I partner with pregnancy resource centers, and now we do it. We find women who are abortion-minded, who choose life, and we bless them with everything they need to get to step into motherhood on the right foot.
I love that. And now you're located in the Denver area, is that correct?
Yes,
okay.
In Denver.
And you said that Colorado is one of the most pro-abortion states in the union.
Colorado allows abortion all 9 months for any reason, at any time.
No matter what, no limitations at all. See, Vermont is the same way.
Yeah.
We actually, they just passed a resolution to actually put abortion into our Constitution even.
Yeah.
So hopefully Colorado hasn't gone that far down the rabbit trail yet.
We've been trying to fight it.
We've
been trying to, last year there was an initiative to ban late-term abortion, but the pro-abortion industry just outspent us by the millions, and they have no problem lying and manipulating and deceiving what's actually in the text of the ballot measure to try to manipulate people to vote against it.
The dishonesty is really astonishing. And I think it's funny when there's this argument when pro-life folks or, anybody, pro-life folks, Christians, whomever, talk about defunding Planned Parenthood. They give birth control and they do this, all this life-saving blah, 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 right? But they spend millions and millions, maybe even, I don't even know how many, hundreds of millions on campaigns, on misinformation campaigns.
Sex education in schools, even if it's not under the name Planned Parenthood, it's often partnered with Planned Parenthood and they write the curriculum. And that's who is educating your children in public schools. Okay, so we're not funding abortions per se, but we are giving them money to advocate for themselves and then continue what they're doing. So it really is basically like we're giving them money for abortions. 100%.
Basically.
And even with birth control, there have been former Planned Parenthood abortionists who have come out and said, our goal is to get women and young girls on low-dose birth control, so by the time they're in their early 20s, they've come in for at least 3 abortions.
Oh, wow.
So the low-dose birth control typically fails, or if you forget it, it's their goal. It's their bread and butter. And if you've seen Abby Johnson's movie Unplanned. They say that, abortions are their
it is.
bread and butter.
And actually, that movie, Unplanned, it was the turning point for me. Turning away from being pro-choice or what I thought was being pro-woman and saying, no, this organization is really not pro-woman. They say that they're there for you and that they provide all these services, prenatal care and mammograms and all this stuff. And I saw your tweet to AOC how she said that, there's all these Planned Parenthood babies that have been born because of them. And I knew that wasn't really true when I saw it, but your response calling a Planned Parenthood in the Denver area and saying, hey, can I schedule this appointment?
Yeah.
I laughed hysterically.
Yeah, they just said, I wanted to call her out. She said they offer all these prenatal services. And so I said, well, let's call them. We called Planned Parenthood and I said, hey, I'd like to schedule a prenatal appointment. And she said, we don't do that. We only do abortions. And basically didn't give me a referral for an OB. Nothing, just sent me
Call
on my
your
way.
insurance.
Yeah.
Call your insurance and ask them.
100%.
What inspired you to do that? Did you just say, how can I show the world this is bull?
I knew it wasn't the truth. And it's so disheartening to see someone like AOC, who so many young girls look up to
Yes.
just completely flat out lie with confidence.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here, no,
Yeah.
that is not the truth. That is not what's happening. Let's call them. So I grabbed my son's phone, because you can't, call and film at the same time, and I don't have an actual camera. So I grabbed my son's phone and was like, I'm going to film myself. And I call, and it, went exactly how I suspected it would. And
Oh my gosh.
Colorado's a one-party consent state, so it's like, I'm posting
Oh,
this.
heck yeah. Use the law, people. Doing stuff like that.
Call them out. If
You
something
have
is
to.
wrong, tell the truth. I mean, we need more truth tellers.
It's so true.
There's nothing pro-woman about lying and manipulating to them. There's nothing pro-woman about telling someone she has to kill her baby in order to succeed in her life.
Well, and that's the thing that drives me the most crazy. And I don't know if it's like this in Colorado, but I know in Vermont, the state of Vermont gives $1.5 million to Planned Parenthood and $0 to any pregnancy resource centers or anything of the like. And so I looked at that and I said, well, you're not really pro-woman, you're not really pro-choice, you're pro this one option that we think that as a state that you should actually
Well, they don't want you
choose.
educated, because there's a statistic out there, and I can find the study and pull it and send it to you in case you need to link it.
Oh,
but,
that'd be great. Yeah.
There's a statistic out there that if women are shown their ultrasound and educated on the stage their baby is in, 80% of women will choose life. So Planned Parenthood doesn't show you an ultrasound. They do ultrasounds, but that's to see how
Only
far
to
along the
see.
baby is and what type of abortion they need to perform.
Yep.
But if you do the ultrasound to educate the woman, 80% chooses life. But what kind of business plan is that for Planned Parenthood?
That's not a good-
They're not going to make any
No.
money if they lose 80% of their business.
Well, and I just think, I love that you are fearless, you are out there, you are saying what needs to be said, you're taking action, you are, I hate to use performative art, but like your phone call to Planned Parenthood
Right.
opposed, that's almost like how we can fight the culture
Yeah.
war, is to do stuff like that and to demonstrate and bring it out into the
Yeah.
open like that.
Well, people
So
are on social media. Meet them where they're at. Hey, I'm bringing this to you guys. I'm
I
gonna
love
call
it.
Planned Parenthood out. I'm going to call AOC out, and anybody who's totally lying to young women. Because, I mean, as you can see here, we have tons of beautiful young women, and they all are deserving of the education and knowing what's actually
truth.
happening. Yeah, the
Yeah.
truth. Absolutely.
So tell our viewers how they can follow you, where they can find you, and how they can support Be Their Village.
Cool. So you guys can find me on Instagram at Christine Yeargin, Yeargin. Right now my website for Be Their Village is under construction, but we also have at Be Their Village. If you go to my main Instagram, you can find it there too. And I post the baby registries on there, and that's how we have them filled just like that. There's so many beautiful people in the pro-life movement willing and ready to be an army behind these women and help them.
I love it. We're here. We're here.
We're here.
We're here.
Yes.
Seriously, we will be your village. We're totally down.
100%.
All right. Thank you so much,
Thank you so
Christine.
much for
I really
having me.
appreciate
I
what you do.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Absolutely.